Welcome back, guys. Here we're going to be discussing what a true disciple is. So we see here that the definition of discipline is the practice of training people to obey. So from that, the true meaning of discipline, disciple, we see that the disciples are the ones who are being trained into a discipline. So in Matthew 28:19, known as the Great Commission, Yahushua tells his disciples to go forward and make disciples of all the nations, teaching them to observe everything he says. He also told people if they listened to him and obeyed him, that they would truly be real disciples of his. See the word truly. So exactly were these disciples to be disciplined into? What were they being taught to obey? So sadly, some of you have to come to the realization that you are not his disciples, and he didn't give his life up for you, because it says here, no greater love has a man than a man who lays down his life for his friends, and you are my friends if you do whatever I command you. So we really need to be listening to what the Messiah said and doing exactly as he said, and keeping the commandments of his Father in heaven is one of them. He's quite clearly saying to everybody, if you do not keep the commandments, if you do not obey my voice and do as I told you to keep my Father's commandments, you are not my friend, because you're not listening to me. Therefore, he didn't lay down his life for you. Not everyone that says to me, Master, Master, will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that does the will of my Father who is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name? And did we not cast out devils in your name? And did many wonderful works? And then I will say unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who work iniquity. If we have a look at that word iniquity, it's Strong's number G458. Have a little click on that. It's the word anomia. And the word anomia means illegality, violation of law, wickedness, iniquity, transgression of the law, which is also unrighteousness. So what he's saying is, I'm going to say to you who have claimed to have known me, I never knew you. Go away from me, you who are lawless, because they didn't keep Yahuwah's commandments. They are not disciples, they are not disciplined, they do not obey. Now, this is very important, that we must stay in the true vine, the tree of life. And Yahushua said, I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch that is in me that does not produce fruit, he will take away. And every branch that does produce fruit, he will purge, he will prune, so that it may bring forth more fruit. And now that you have been cleaned through the word which I spoke to you, stay in me, and I will stay in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it stays in the vine, no more can you except you stay in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches, and he that stays in me and I in him, the same bring forth much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. And if a man doesn't stay in me, he's cast forth as a branch and becomes withered, and then men will gather them up and cast them into fire, and then they will be burned. But if you stay in me and my words stay in you, you will ask whatever you want and it will be done for you. And this is how my Father is glorified, that you will bear much fruit, and so you can be my disciples. So again, to draw to conclusion, I will just go over what it means to be a disciple, to be disciplined. The practice of training people to obey rules, with punishment and consequences for those failing to comply. I think that sums it up. This is what we were told. If we're not obedient, then we don't have the Messiah. His sacrifice does not count, because we have to obey the Father in order for him to stand as an advocate. If we're not willing, if we're going forth in iniquity, if we're saying, I don't need the Father's rules and regulations for my life. I'm quite capable of making decisions for myself over what is right and wrong. That's called moral autonomy. And in the eyes of the Father, it is corrupt. It's the reason why Adam and Eve were chucked out of the garden, because they decided to take it upon themselves to have knowledge of themselves by eating off the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The knowledge means authority. It's an idiom. It means authority to know what is right and wrong for yourself. And they're saying we don't need the Father, Abba Yahuwah, to tell us what to do, what is right and wrong for ourselves. We can decide that for ourselves. That's called iniquity. So it's exactly what the Messiah was warning us against. Iniquity. It's classed as wickedness in the eyes of the Father because it's disobedience. So we need to be able to follow the Messiah, we have to keep the law. There is no other way. The law is said to be a light that lights up the path. So basically what it is, it's to show us how to navigate through life without making mistakes. It's to show us how to walk the path to a righteous life. It teaches us what kind of character we should have, like how we should behave and how we should treat others and how we should respect and revere the Father. It teaches us all things about life. So by saying that we don't want to know what righteousness is, we don't even want to read the law, we don't even want to know it, we don't want to think about it. That's saying that you don't believe what the Father in heaven says is righteous stands. And that's a problem. This is why he didn't come for the lawless. He came for those willing to submit to the Father and to do what the Father wants. And this is the narrow path that people are struggling to understand in these end times that are like the days of Noah. And it's really difficult when there's a false doctrine of grace alone out there. But he's told us that if we don't comply, if we don't obey with what the Father wants, there is no place for us, because he will reject us. And he told the disciples that they were the lights of the world because they were disciplined, because they obeyed, they had light. And light is righteousness. So the virgins, the wise virgins, they had their lamps, their lamp was burning bright because their lamps had oil, and the oil is the truth. So they managed to have the truth, so their light, their righteousness was lit, just like the lights of the world, the disciples. And the reason why they are lights of the world is because they're disciplined, they obey, so they have the light within them. So just do what the Messiah says, keep the law, obey the Father, and you'll be fine. Always follow the Messiah. Doesn't matter what you've read elsewhere, doesn't matter what your church is telling you. Follow the Messiah and you'll be fine. Like, obedience is everything. And it's mercy and truth. It's faith. Faith and obedience together is the perfect package. So I really suggest that you pray about this and, you seek the Father's counsel on it. Ask him to show you the truth. Okay, I leave my love with you. May the Father go before you in all your steps, and the Messiah Yahushua to guide you. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.